everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Maka671. I'm here today at Shepperton Weir. I'll show you the car park very quickly. I've done a whole video on this spot, the parking, the access to the river by foot, that type of thing. But today, just emptied the wagon, put the belly boat on the slipway, and we are off down the river. There you go, I'll do a spin round for you. That's the slipway. It's really nice, really easy here. Real brain dead stuff really, you know. So there we go. I'm on the water. Shepperton Weir. I'm a little bit hot. It's nice and easy to just drive down, open up the boot though, so that's really nice. I've done a video before of all of this stretch here. Well, there's not much fishing here because you're not really allowed to there, but some people have done over the years. But from that white boat there, it's all the way along. Fishing all the way along here, free fishing, free parking, great access, all the normal things I do on my channel, you know. So I tell you what, I wonder if I can do a quick yufty over here. There's a nice shallow bar here. I just want to get my feet on the bottom if I can, and I might just stuff it into a hedge or something at the moment. It's there was very shallow here when I was here last, which was a few years ago now, to be honest. But it's like a sandbar that you get come up, may have been washed away. It looks like it to me. A few lily pads. It's getting a bit shallower. Yeah. Oh, right. Gosh, I'm so hot. Blooming neck. Hot. Almost too hot to fish. Right, so I'll take you for a journey up the river to this little spot I know. It's my go-to. I'm going to go there this time. I'm going to go there first. Okay, so here we go. I'll do a little bit of right turn Clyde, and we'll go up river to my go-to spot. Really is my go-to spot, just for a bite if I can, and it's nice and calm and quiet and a lot cooler up this way. So we're going to be going for Barbel Carp. We're obviously the obligatory bream, I suppose, but really it is Barbel and Carp. That's what we're after. But I do want to just try and winkle out a fish first if I can. It's going to be a bit difficult. It's so hot and the water's absolutely, well, there's hardly any flow at all. This is why I'm picking this spot really, as you'll see in a second. Coming up to it, it's not very far. And in a second, just to your left as you're looking at it, I don't know if you can see. See that there? That's the spot I'll be fishing. I'll get in a bit closer and then I'll turn the camera around. Okay, right, motor's off, yep. Head camera's on. Right, same tactics as last time. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that all right. I froze that as it is. I'll change the bait, but I froze that, ready to go. So literally, I'm ready to go. Actually, I don't need to change that bait. So it's gonna, oh my word, yeah. It just stinks of trout pellet, but it's bright. It's a bright orange colour. It's actually a tutti frutti, but it's been sat in that paste for so long, it's almost taking on the complete taste of the trout pellet paste, you know. So here we go again. Wish me luck. No copyright music this time would be lovely this afternoon. Yeah, let's see what happens, shall we? I'll show you the rig again if you like, once I've sorted my head out. Okay, so there's my rig. Typical sliding lead, running lead. Okay, I'm just going to wheel that in a bit more. There we go. It's a running lead, believe it or not, but it's just under a bit of pressure. You see that? Where I've put a bit of shrink tube, and it just pushes in nicely over the boom. And it's like a sort of semi-bolt rig really, I suppose, but it's hardly a bolt rig because of the small weight I'm using. But running lead, 12-pound line down to 10-pound fluorocarbon, need fluorocarbon or really good braid in here because there's a lot of swan mussels, that type of thing. Size 4.0 hook with the barb crushed down. It's a tutti frutti boilie, but it's not really anymore, it's just stinks of oil. So this is all my bait that I use for the day. Probably this is, well, I use this 2 trips, and now I topped it up just a tiny bit, but so this should do me 4 trips, I reckon, because the fishing's very slow. So oh, actually, while I'm at it, let me quickly pop up the thingammy-do-free. Makes my life just a little bit easier. This thing here, don't know what you want to call it. It's for keeping idiots in boats. It's done a good job so far. As you probably are aware, if you haven't seen my channel, obviously you're not aware, this is what I tend to get up to. I do a lot of paste fishing on the Thames. Well, actually this is my go-to rig for everywhere. River Wye, absolutely bag up on the River Wye. Bit on the River Severn here and there, but mainly the River Wye. And sort of the odd tributary, you know, from there. I live down on the south coast, so everywhere I go is a long way, other than the River Itchen and the Test. I've done a free fishing video on that somewhere. Is it the Itchen? Yeah. No, Test. Itchen. Can't remember. Anyway, it's there for you to look at if you need to. Great access. I walked the whole stretch as per usual. I'm not going to give too much advice on the paste and that, as I was going through it quite a lot the other day, so I will just quickly explain though. High oil trout pellet has to be high oil trout pellet. About 80% high oil trout pellet and a nice chunky method mix of ground bait, just a little bit, just to help it break down slowly, you know, the particles coming off and stuff. But very quickly, go through it again. You want the base of the paste here to be nice and, oh, that's terrible, to be very, very streamlined, so it goes through the water. When it hits the surface, it doesn't break off. Like, oh, see, this isn't brilliant, but that will be okay once I've soaked it, because you soak it for 30 seconds and it goes to a minute and it goes rock hard. So what I like to do is just pop it in the water. It's between my legs now. Just pop it in the water, leave it in there. I'll do the same with a hook bait, and bit too much paste to get in there. The thing is, I'm not going to be casting that often. It's not like feeder fishing or anything, so I won't be casting that often. I'll just be tapping into a few places here and there, you know. So let's just see what happens. Like I said, I didn't have any luck last time I was here, which was 3 weeks ago nearly, but we've had a bit of rain, but it actually looks like the water has gone down, I would say. Sorry, I'm out of view again, I keep doing that. There we go. So bottom, the one with the weight on, so the paste around the weight, that needs to be really nicely streamlined on the bottom, so when it hits the water it doesn't break up. And with the paste around the hook bait, it needs to be really streamlined, really not much in the way of sticky out bits, so very smooth, but near the top of the bait, where the bait is here and the hook. So this is where the water, because it goes in that way. Bait goes in the water, the weight hits the water in that direction, and then that follows it down and smashes onto the surface. So it needs to be very, very smooth here. That's the most important thing. And also soak it. If it's a little bit too dry for you or wet and it's not quite sitting properly on the hook, always just give it a good dunk, you know. Try and keep up with the mess as well, because this is disgusting. So right now, I've been here for years and years and years, and I have completely bagged up here, like proper bagged up. I've had good chub here, I've had massive bream. I haven't had any barbel from out of here, but we shall see, won't we? Now I am just going to flick it there. Should be plenty of depth. Yes, just hit bottom. There we go, just hit bottom now. Check my clutch. Right, so you can at least see the rods. It's the most important thing, isn't it, at the end of the day? So, yes. Let's see how we get on here, shall we? That's actually a bit too... There we go. You don't want your rod falling out, do you? It is a bait runner, so I do have a bait runner on it, so I'm quite happy to leave it and just wait for the scream if there is one. Oh, well, I'm finally here though. Shame I can't see anything. Ugh. Yuck. And there we go. There's London, as you can tell. Don't hear many parakeets around here. You normally hear quite a lot of parakeets around Walton on Thames, that sort of area, which is pretty much where we are, but noisy old plane. Hopefully that won't be going all day. It probably will. Oh, other thing, you can see the baits I've got here. This is put some in and they just literally soaked up all the oils and everything, so they're great to use. You know, I just cover them up, leave them in the, and these are trout pellet flavoured boilies, by the way, so just keep them covered up and they just soak up all these oils that I've got in this paste, and you can just keep using them. I mean, that'll last me a week, this handful of bait. That's, I think I've just had a drop back. That handful of bait will last me a week if I don't lose too many rigs. So, nice cheap way of fishing. I've said that in my other videos, showing you the rigs and other bits and pieces. Okay, well, we haven't had much here. Haven't had much bonking or movement or anything. The paste is still on. I could have left it a bit longer, I suppose. It's me being impatient again. I do have a tendency to do that at the beginning of a session, just be a little bit impatient. I shouldn't. I'm not really an impatient person at all. Ouch. But I just desperately want to catch you a fish. A small carp or even a small barbel, you know, that would be lovely. Or, I mean, a chub. A chub would be lovely as well, I have to be honest. Can you see all the little particles in there? I did actually explain this before. There's even a boilie stuck in that bit. Look, rock hard, but little particles that pull off and they eventually wear off, you see. So if it was pure paste, it would just be this dark, oily, sticky thing that just doesn't really dissolve. You put a little tiny bit of nice crunchy ground bait in, like a method mix or something, just a little bit in with the paste, with the dried blended trout pellet, and it tends to just like knock a little piece out here, piece coming off there, and when the river's flowing it sort of leaves a dent and the water then washes away and knocks another little bit off, so you get all this very, very slow release, a bit like a feeder, but in real slow motion. So it's a good way if you want to keep your rod where it is. Let me just check something. Yeah, we're okay. I think we're okay. Yeah, we're okay, that's good. Let's tighten that clutch up a bit. Right, let's try again. That's a lot shallower there. That's not quite so good, but you never know. You never know. I really want to be in the hole a little bit, but I didn't catch anything there the last time I was here, so let's see. Right, so it's been a while. No signs of anything at the moment. So what I'll do, I'll give it another half an hour here. I want to try just slightly back in the flow a bit. I've done a good hour or so here, so in them 2-3 spots, so let's try. I want to try just on that outflow there. Now this is absolutely perfect. I don't actually need to change that paste at all. It does come off sometimes and sometimes it doesn't, so depending on how rough the bottom is, because sometimes that can knock your paste off, but most of the time it's just coming back naturally, you know. So just let the bait, the one that's wrapped around the boilie, let that go hard. Give it half a chance. There you go. Right, oh, we got a chunk of grass in the way at the moment. Can you see that big lump there? Well, I better wait for that. because it's literally in line with where I want to cast. Ah, typical. There we go, it's almost out of the way, but it's going to go in there, I think, and then come out there fairly quickly, so I better keep my eye on that. Right, we're going for a slightly different spot, like I said before. I don't normally do that there, but as it's the only flow and it's so hot, I have to think that there's some extra oxygen in the water there, you know. There we go, let's move this down, get this sorted out so you can see it on camera. Something like that, hopefully that'll be okay for you. Let's get rid of some of that slack. I need to tighten up my bait runner drag a bit, that was a bit loose, because I'm using a very light weight. You can't really rely on it to be much of have a bolt effect, you know, to set the hook as the fish bites. So by just having a fairly tight bait runner drag, that will sort of compensate for that light weight, you know. Oh, I'm back in the room. Oh, I'm going to sit back in my armchair. When I've got my other box up here, it's behind my back at the moment. I've got my other box up here. I sit here like this. I've got another box that can go here as well when I'm harbour fishing. You don't need much tackle when I'm freshwater fishing, but yeah, it's lovely. It literally is an armchair. What I might do in a bit is go and bake myself to bits down there, turn right up towards the River Way. So it's the first lock on that sort of meets the River Thames that goes to the River Way, the canal. It's actually a river, but you know. A chap a couple of weeks ago saying that he saw loads and loads of carp up and around that area. He saw them on the sounder and that as well, so I know it's out of date, but you know, I've tried here, I've tried under that tree right by the weir, but there's somebody under it at the moment. Tried there the other day, tried up at the office sort of thing, just so it's just round the bend a little bit, just past the weir. There's the big buildings there with, I think it's Environment Agency or something like that, Waters Authority or something. So I tried that there. I tried all over the place, to be honest with you, but I actually like a challenge. I wouldn't, oh god, I wouldn't want it if it's easy. I think I've just done something to my phone. It's talking to me. And try again. No, I'm not going to reconnect. Leave me alone, I'm fishing. Wow, I cannot believe how quiet it is. Mind you, I say that, I shouldn't be surprised, should I, like after the lack of fish that we've had over the last, what's this, the third trip out, I suppose, yeah. Third trip, blimey, no, fourth trip. I don't know, I don't even know what day it is, not a clue. I know I left the house on Monday, but I'm not sure if it's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday or Thursday? Wednesday today. I don't know, could be wrong. I don't care, to be honest. It's a good thing about being on the water. It's got this quality about it that can obviously relax you, and with the fishing side of things, you're sat there relaxed, but there's always something there in the background that you're waiting for, you know. And if you're a fisherman and you like to catch fish, it's the perfect, for me, it's the perfect sport. Perfect sport. I don't know. Well, I don't think I'm going to give it much longer here, to be honest. It's been a good hour and a half now, I suppose, hour and 3/4. I've sat here, I've cast there, 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 there. So I've cast in 2 of my main spots, one on the edge there where I've really never had anything. Had a little rub on the line there, I think, but that's probably, like I say, a roach higher up in the water on the line or something. And I've had absolutely nothing at the bottom of this slower paced piece here, you know. So I'll give it another 10 minutes. I'll give it another 10 minutes. Right then, I think I'm going to do a little bit of a move. Like I said, we haven't had anything really of any signs or anything here, so what I'll do is I'll reel in, we'll go for a journey, we'll go back that way I think. Actually, hold on. Oh, I don't know if I can turn around all the way. Oh, well, I can't. Oh, I have to go side on for this. No, I can't. Oh my God, it looks like I might pee down. Wow, it looks like I might absolutely pee down in a minute. Between the copyright music last time I was here 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever. Oh, that pub. I could hear the music easily from that white boat, the big white boat behind us there, just there. I could hear the music easily from there, so it's, like I say, ruined half the video pretty much. I will put it together and do a little trip down the Thames anyway, sort of thing, show you where I went, put a little bit of music on in the background probably at the end of that day, just to show you where I went, and then I'll hopefully get down there today and finish off what I started down there. But we're definitely going to move, and I think we're going to move downstream and around the corner up towards the River Wye. Now this little sluice here, it's like an overflow I think for the River Wye, which is just over there. So the River Wye is just over there, and this little outflow is just a bit of a, I suppose it's from the lock, that type of thing, from the first lock. So, but I'll go up this, behind this islandy bit here, and we'll see if we can winkle out a little carp or something from there, I think. So it might, if it doesn't rain, it's going to be bright and I'm going to bake, so I don't know, we might only have one choice anyway, and that might be going in, I don't know, we'll have to see. Right, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna reel in. Yeah. Oh, never turn the camera off before you've struck, just in case there's a really dumb old bream or something on the end sat there asleep. See, you know, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm doing my normal thing, normally works. So, right, okay, let's do it. See you later, swallows and Amazon. Trying to crash into anybody or anything. Welcome to my channel. I'm Mucker671. I do apologise, I've still got the lurgy. It's been 6 weeks nearly now. Let's get on with the video anyway. I'm doing my free fishing, free parking on the River Thames and good access videos, doing a bit of a challenge, trying to catch a nice specimen for you. I'm on day 4, part 2. So I'll be just going around the corner here, just before the first lock to the River Wye, which is just to the left of you there. Yeah, nice and shallow. This is lovely. Now I might tie just around here actually. Let's see if we go into the woods or not. Let's just see. Let's see if that holds. It should do. Oh, so the River Way goes up this corner here. You've got the first lock. Big sandbar just in front of me here. Well, it used to be a big sandbar. It's not that shallow anymore, but a big sandbar along there. Very, very nice. Used to be great for bream on there. So I'm sure it's still there a little bit, but maybe not as much as it used to be. I've noticed that there is definitely quite a lot of washout, so it's not as shallow or as sandy as it has been over the years. So something has changed since I've been here. Oh, this looks perfect, doesn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. Just going to keep my eyes open. All right, here we go. You ready? Let's do it. Let's do it. It's worth taking an extra 30 seconds to do this each time because of how long your bait's going to be on the bottom, you know. It's not like you're feeder fishing, so you're sort of putting it in, casting it and then leaving it, so you want to make sure you've at least got half a chance of it staying on the actual, around the weight or the hook. Right, here we go again. Plop it in. Now it really isn't going to be deep here, so wrong way, always the wrong way, every time. Right, I'll take my sunglasses off. No, I won't. I'll actually, yes I will. Let's take them off. Okay, here we go. I'll pop it along the edge over there. Hopefully it doesn't go straight into the weed. Whatever sort of, I don't know what plants you would call that, but oh, look at that. There, just touched bottom. That's lovely. Lost a little bit of paste. I think I clipped the tree behind me. That's my problem. But a quick bit of the reel in, just a little bit. There we go. Right, so we're back fishing at the entrance of the River Way. Or would you call it exit? Flows that way? I think it, oh gosh, I can't remember which way the River Way flows. Yeah, it flows north, I think. It's quite a nice place to launch here. It's very, very, very short, you know, literally open up the boot of your car, pull the bits out, your boat out or whatever, and jump back in the car. It's a nice little car park. It's quite busy, but if you pull up, sit there for a little bit out of the way of people and just wait. If there's no parking, there will be parking fairly soon. People tend to come and go quite a lot there, so it's one way, you see. So people walk their dogs, for instance, but they have to turn around and come back, so it's not like they can walk in a big circle or anything, you know. So you do get quite a regular change in amount of different cars and things. So okay, I really hope you can hear me okay because of the nightmare I had on the first trip with that 3.5mm jack lead. It completely mucked the whole camera up. I mean, there was fuzziness on the recording itself. Obviously the noise was horrendous, squeaks and chirps and all sorts of high pitch horrible sounds going on, so wasn't so happy about that. But I think I'll check the camera quickly actually just to make sure we're all good. Let's put the bait runner on. Always worth putting the bait runner on here. Are you recording? Yeah, you are recording. My word. Actually doing a thing. Can you believe it? Oh, I was saying earlier about my YouTube Studio app, wasn't I? I forgot all about that. Went on babbled again, didn't I? Yeah, I was looking at messages and my statistics, and where I've only really been sort of doing YouTube, started YouTube seriously about 4 years ago. Well, seriously trying to help people anyway with freshwater fishing side of things. I've had so many messages, and you know, I think I've not answered 2, it might be 3 now, because I found one buried on my site, on my channel, that was quite rude. You get a few people here and there who really hate what I do, so they absolutely sound like they've got the devil in them, you know. So but so obviously I can't answer those, so I just report and delete, you know. So but if you've got something sensible to say, I'm more than happy to answer it. And if you're polite, all good. Otherwise, you don't get a look in. So yeah, so I've answered, I think my statistics, I can't remember if it was 6,000 or 8,000 messages. I'm getting mixed up with my bleeps, because I had the bleeps at the lighthouse that did me in for the day's fishing that I had to edit. That was 6,000, so it's 8,000. 8,000, yeah, I've answered 8,000 messages in 4 years. Yeah, that's crazy. Or replied to, so I'm happy at any point. So in the chat, any questions, I'm happy to answer. Any questions at all about any of it. God, it's been such a hot month this month. It's unbelievable. We had 2 days of rain about 4 days ago, something like that. 3 or 4 days ago. Yeah, 4 days ago. A couple of days of rain, quite hard, but it's that sort of subtropical rain, so it comes over with the hot weather, and you get a downpour, and then it clears. So most of the water just evaporates off the land. You know, it doesn't get time to soak in properly to be able to fill the rivers up a little bit. So literally, I would honestly say, even after that rain we've had in the Midlands, the levels have gone down, I would say, still a little bit. Yeah, it's just not helping. Just not helping. Later on in the season, it'll be a bit busier, hopefully. September, we'll get some nice cooler days. Bit of low pressure, that's what we want. Low pressure. Lovely, what a lovely spot. It's so quiet. No music. Just me talking a lot. Butterfly. Red Admiral. Oh, if ever you're thinking about coming down here, by the way, I'm staying at Apps Court, at all one word, APPS Court. It's an events venue with camping, more of an events venue really. I think it's 80 acres, and there's a bit set aside for camping up on the north side of the field, which is right on the River Thames. Literally, there's a gate key. You can pitch your tent 10 metres from the gate, walk through the gate, and you're at Sunbury Lock, so you're not far away from Sunbury Weir and King's Lawn. It's only a little way down, and that's some of the best spots on the River Thames, which I'm hoping to do tomorrow if my back's okay. Doubtful, but tomorrow or the next day, hoping to get down to King's Lawn. That's what I'd really like to do. Just one more place, isn't it, to show, you know. Free fishing there as well. It's an amazing spot if you can get it. The parking's terrible. There's only space for 2 cars, maybe 3 at a push, so if you're lucky you can get a car there, but you're on this little tiny bit of green, public little sort of land, you know, but it's in a nice area, so it's not too rough. Lovely beautiful willows. You do need wellies really, or waders, because it's a very shallow sandbank, so there's not much depth in front of you, and you'd have to sort of fish under the trees a bit, so you can wade out and then flick out. There's a set of moorings, swing moorings, buoys on the far bank, about 3/4 of the way across. Don't cast any further than them if you do, because you'll end up going over the ropes and the chain, so you want to just cast short, you know, of those moorings, just short of those moorings. And when there's a lot of water, it's a completely different place. The water, the main flow is quite a long way away from you. It's on the other side of the river. But in the summer months, from the weir, where it just slowly trickles out, it comes right up close in front of you. But it's very, very slow. Hardly any in the summer, but it's just a lovely spot. Renowned for the barbel. King's Lawn. Check it out on one of my vids as well. Like I say, I've done a short vid on that one. Another little spot up the road for the monsters that keep getting away, but that's where I want to go. Kings, maybe launch at Old Bathing Station car park and just motor down the creek a little bit, and then you end up right at the weir. But if the weir, well, it won't be absolutely peeing through at all, but if the weir's got a lot of water on it, you end up having to cross the weir before you can get to the main section, and there's a great big wall with lots of houses and moorings and boats and things, and in this little thing it's very, very difficult to counteract that really strong current, you know, so you end up getting pushed towards the bank a little bit, and it's very, very dodgy in a small boat, so I try not to do that. So I do actually go from this little car park just downstream, done a video of that as well which is literally the next swim along, or the next parking along from King's Lawn, if I remember rightly, or is it the one after that? Oh gosh, what did I name it? Don't know. I'll put it up in the title. I'll pop it up there, the title of the video for King's Lawn, and the other little old bathing station car park, and also the other little spot I'm talking about. Tiny little car park. You get about 3 cars in there. It's got a slipway, but it's brick and it's sort of a bit shoddy. It's not really that much of a slipway, very shallow, but you sort of come out between the islands, and then you're on the main River Thames, and you motor up. It's 0.8, 0.9 of a mile, nearly a mile, back to the weir upstream, so I can easily do that in this, and it's a safer route for me to do because I'm not having to cross that weir, you know, to get to it. So and also, if there's a problem with my motor, I'm from a mile away, it's downstream from me, so all I've got to do is pick my feet up, cross my legs, cross my arms, have a kip and float down the middle of the river until I get back to the parking. So, you know, that's a great spot there, King's Lawn. And I think if I remember rightly on that video, I did a short piece on another little spot that you park up and cross this lawn, and you just go down a sort of embankment like that, nowhere near as steep or as big as that, but nice little spot there with a concrete area for you to fish from. Very productive in the end of season. I mean, some of my biggest bags of roach I've had from there. On the Thames, in fact, in September. Excuse me, no. Last time was June the 14th. No, sorry, March the 14th. So just before the close season. Absolutely bagged up the roach down there. Nearly lost all my tackle, bite alarms and everything. At one point, I've seen other people lose all their tackle down there. Literally, one bloke was sat on a seat box in the spot just below that spot, and I just watched everything go in, and he stood up, and as he stood up, the whole lot went in. Literally everything just went into the water. Poor bloke. There's some monsters there, never been able to land them. Set up for them, never caught them, never had a bite. And then you set up for the roach, you catch the monsters, or hook the monsters. So yeah, it's a nice area though, very nice. But Apps Court, brilliant camping, a little bit set aside. Like I said, they've got electric, they've got showers and everything there. There's actually a couple of lakes, club lakes I think they are. I don't know if they're owned by Apps Court. I think they're club lakes. You can fish with some nice carp and that in there. But the river's so close, it's a lovely spot. Apps Court, what is it? Barbel Cats and Camping or something. I think I've titled that one. I'll put that up on as a thingy for you as well. The address of that, Apps Court, lovely spot. Never really busy at all. So not chock-a-block ever. Never chock-a-block. The field's so massive. I mean, they give away sort of 20 acres or so, I think, for camping. And this whole week, I've only had 1, 2, 3. 5 or 6 units turn up in total, and 3 of them were as far away as you could see now, literally as far away as you could see now. They were even further away, and the other 2 or 3 other people were a good 30-40 meters away from me. So it's just huge. And if you don't need electric, if you have your own, or you just don't need electric, then you've got 20, 30, 40 acres, 30 acres to choose from, because you can park anywhere on the grass there. But they have big events. They're only open August this month. I'm not sure about before that. I think they were opened in little bits and pieces, and because they have these huge festivals and do's, so it takes up a lot of the area, and they can't have people camping there at the same time, so you just fit it in when you can. I think they've got 3 dates this September or something. I say 3 dates, and not dates, 3 sort of, probably 2 weeks worth of camping available, I think, in September. The top field does close when it gets wet, so October-ish, but well, they might have changed it now, but you can still camp there, or you used to be able to still camp there. As of last year, I think it was, it might have been the year before, you could still camp there, but you have to be fairly close to the entrance, so you'd have to drive to the showers a bit, because there's a bit of a walk to the showers. But come on, land right in front of me. No. I don't know where they're off to. I think I had just a tiny little, felt like a tiny little rub then of something. Not sure. We'll give it, I'm only going to give it an hour here, I think, 3/4 of an hour, so an hour. I'll give it an hour here. If I see any signs of carp, then obviously I'll stay a bit longer. I have seen some bubbles come up just there, and oh, hello, there's a bite. There's a bite. Do you know, I think that was a bite. Is that a bite? Ah, it's difficult to say. It's the thing, you can't really use very sensitive rods here, because if you have a very short rod, you have to have some backbone in it. You can't take the strain up through the whole length of the rod, so you're stuck with these sort of, well, this is an 8 or 10 ounce, I think, spinning rod. It's still a little bit heavy, but if I caught a nice barbel now, it wouldn't be heavy. You'd be worried. So it's hard to sort of, you've got to almost feel for the bite sometimes, when it's not a barbel or a chub or a carp. Still see, you can see the main weir over here. There's a boat that's moored right inside the weir, look, can you see? Well, I pretty much wanted a fish just to the left there, about 8 foot away from him, from his stern, so 8 foot out, 10 foot out from his stern, and about 20 foot up the river a bit on the gravel bar there. But that was my first swim in my last time I was here, so it's one of my favourite swims that swims there on the right conditions as well. So I think for Shepperton here, you got the main one. My first choice would be where I went originally, the first time here, just now, and then under those trees. And there's a hole in the middle of the weir. Well, it's not the middle, just to the left of the weir here. There's a hole that goes down to about 35 foot, something like that, 34, 35 foot. It's only small, but you can get your catfish in there, you got your carp in there, your different species, and then all around it you really struggle. So if you can get it in that hole, it's a good one, normally. But it's all free, it's just free fishing, you know. You really can't beat it, can you? You can't beat it. Thank God it is free, because I paid £15 for the boat for the week again. The Black Swan is what I register it as. 15 quid for the week. Free parking, like I said. It's cheap, isn't it? Only thing that's expensive is getting down here. It's the fuel, really, and the camping. Cost me about 80, 90 quid, something like that, to get here and back in diesel. I got a big 3 litre diesel motor in my camper van, so or wagon, I should, bug out vehicle I'd call it, really. And it don't half use up a lot of fuel. It's crazy. I sit at a junction sometimes not wanting to pull out, thinking that's going to cost me a quid. Yeah. I suppose I would have spent 250 quid for the week, something like that, I'd imagine. Then obviously you got your food, that type of thing, and maybe the odd beer here and there. But 250 quid, that's still damn cheap, isn't it, for a week? And I'm doing stuff. It's my interest, it's what I like to do. There's a bite, did you see that? Did you see that bite? Look, there we go. Come on, please be a carp. Oh, there's a slack liner. Wow, that really... I am in to a fish. Please don't come off. Oh my God, I'm actually... Oh, it's snagged. Oh, come on. Oh, it's pulling the anchor. I'm now in the middle of the river. There it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Let me try and turn it around for you. It's only a bream, I think. I really do. Did it come off? Oh, it's come off. Ah, damn, I lost it in the snag. I lost it in the snag. No. No, no. I don't know what that was. Sort of breamy, but it didn't feel like a bream bite. It was a proper hit. Sort of tap, tap, tap. Sort of thing. Oh, crap. Excuse my French. No, what have I done? But I do know one thing. I know two things. One, half of that was my fault because I was trying to turn the boat around for the camera view when I should have just relied on my head cam really, but that was a bit of a failure. But, oh, doesn't matter. It is what it is. I'm not going to get too peed off with it. It is what it is. But it's given me incentive now just to stay a bit longer, you see, which is good, isn't it? So I'll try and change the view round a bit and we'll face that way in a bit for the main camera if I can. I do want to lengthen this anchor rope a bit because I am slightly too far in the trees, so... Oh gosh, I can't believe it. Do you know, that could be my one and only bite. I'd imagine it was a bream. Doesn't feel right though to be a bream, just doesn't feel right. It sort of did but sort of didn't, you know. There we go. Right, let it sit in the water for a second to harden up again. Right, let me just take this away slightly so I don't hook my thingy again, because I clipped the tree last time. I don't want to go too far because I'll end up in the River Way. And I will try and turn the boat round in a minute so you get a better view. In fact, let me do that now. Let me try and hook it up on the main. Oh, this hurts normally. Let's try it. See, my paste and my bait is still in the water. I'm just dangling it. It's freezing nicely. Or getting colder, I should say. There you go. That should spin me round. There we go. How's that? That's a better view for you. A little bit. Not a lot, as Paul Daniels used to say. Right, fingers crossed, same spot. No accidents, please. That was absolute crap. No, but you know, that was pretty good. Slightly to the left, but I don't want to be right under the reeds, that's for sure. Because they do come out a little bit, those reeds, so... Oh, I had a bite. I had a bite. No way. I'm so gutted. I'm so gutted. I lost that. It was my fault, though. There we go. Oh, come on, come on, come on, fishy. Show us your mouth, a yard above your tail. That means a barbel 3 foot long. 3.1 feet. A little nibble, I think. Oh, bloody hell. I get this thing called referred pain. Oh, it's just starting up now. That's not good. I haven't had it in... Oh, gosh. I haven't had it since I packed up last time I was camping. I had to do an emergency pack up because my other half, but my much better half, wasn't very well at all, so I had to rush her home. And it really did me in because I did it all on my own, so... And now I know that I'm feeling it because it's been sort of there for the last couple of weeks. That's proper. Oh dear. Referred pain, if you know about it, is a sort of thing that you have to understand. It's unbelievable. Oh dear. It's where your central nervous system gets confused. Where if you have a lot of pain through your life, like more than normal, eventually in different places as well. So if you have pain in your knees, in your back, in your neck, in whatever, ankle, you know, anything like that, excuse me, over time you end up, there's so many points that's telling your brain where the pain's coming from that eventually all these points get mixed up, so it doesn't actually really know where the pain's coming from, so it just puts it somewhere else. And with preferred pain, it's, for me, it puts it into my arms and my shoulders and my legs, so that really doesn't help me much. I'm really feeling it, so I'll give it as long as I can here, and I might have to go, I'm gonna have to go back to the wagon, I think, and have a lie down. I normally do that halfway through a day anyway, but oh bloody hell, I haven't taken any painkillers today either, absolutely none. I forgot all about that, just my normal ones. Oh dear. Yeah, that's all right. I'm not complaining, honestly. Oh no, back to moaning again. I go back to the car quite regularly and have a lie down. I've laid down on the weir quite a few times. I've laid down beside the road with the traffic going past my head before. I've been in so much pain. My mate next to me, and one day I fell asleep, actually here. Yeah, Shepperton Lock, here, at the opposite the lock itself. There's a little bit of sort of parking just there. And we pulled up, we were out in the boat for a few hours, came back, and I laid down on the bank with my head right close to the road, you know, there's not much room, and I fell asleep, and my mate Mike, he nudged me, he says, "You're snoring, mate, you're snoring." There's people walking by, "You're snoring." It's getting dark now because we were out for the night, and he woke me up again. He said, "Right, now there's a copper right behind your head." So his cop car pulled up, and I looked around, and there was a door with a copper looking at me like this, and he asked us what we're doing, and I thought to myself, what a stupid question. Have a look. There's a boat right next to it with a load of fishing tackle, and we're laying next to it. So that's one day the police in unmarked cars come steaming out in the middle of London here when I was fishing at night with my mate, again Mike, and they came steaming in, unmarked car, bombed into the car park, skidded in, come right up to us, rushed up, and they said, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, I'm water skiing." And he looked at me, he went, and he sort of thought twice and thought, "Oh, hang on, yeah, it was just a bit of a stupid question, wasn't it, really?" And he said, "Sorry, we're looking for people, other people that, you know, sort of looked a bit like you two." And it's like, really? Two fishermen? Went off, and they came back about 20 minutes later, steamed in the car park again, because we had a bit of a laugh with them after that. Steamed in the car park again, and they took the mickey out of us. So, nice coppers. Nice and friendly. It's a bit of a shock though. Made a racket. Don't know if they found the people they were after. I wonder if I'm in the weed a little bit again, because all this growth that's sort of coming out here, it doesn't just stop where it is. It's got this sort of matting underneath, and so if you get too close, you lose your tackle or get snagged up, or maybe even lose a fish, you never know. Oh, hello. I think I might have just had a little tap then. Just come on, I want that rod to just bend round and the reel to scream. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, bait runner on. Oh, okay. Let's have a little look round. Cool, this camera's getting hot. My head cam's getting very hot. There's my main camera with the Rode microphone lead. That turned off earlier. It had a battery in it, so I took the battery out, and it's powered now by a battery bank, a PD charger. It has to be a PD charger, so they're like the extra fast charge. You can do things like charge your laptop with it, that type of thing, because it won't run a GoPro on its own. You need at least 2 amps, I think, or something to run a GoPro. 1.5 amps or something. So you need a battery pack that's going to do the job. So it's just literally running off a battery separately, because it just overheats the battery, and then that overheats the camera. So, and the battery's just about to run out on this, I think. Here we go. think I'm going to have another recast because I think I had a sort of a nibble, but yeah, she's in the weed again. Yeah, that weed, it's encroached quite a lot there, so I'm just going to have to cast a little bit off from the bank. I didn't pick any up, so maybe not too bad, but it was definitely in there, you know. Right, same thing again. Yeah, so it's quite a good rig, doesn't tangle. It's an old school rig, I mean, crikey, it's been around for decades, this one. Showing my age now. Oh, I can still smell that boilie. Still smells of, so it's got a slight smell of bubble gum, sort of tutti fruity, and it's still got a bit of a stink of trout pellet base as well, but you know, they don't seem to be fussy. Oh. Right, let's give it a dunk, leave it in there for a bit. Okay, and do the same as what I did before, but slightly shorter. Oh, right there. That was the last. That was a bit of a soft landing. I don't know. I'll tell you what. Oh, it's clear. It's clear. It's clear. It's clear. This could be a fish. Okay, this could be a fish. Keep your eyes on that rod tip. Do you know, I haven't got a clue what the time is. Not a clue. And at the moment, I don't care. I just don't care. I'm sort of swinging around quite a bit at the moment. We've got a little bit of wind just sort of stopping us from settling. Just a little flap of the foot and that stops it. Come on, fishies. £5 carp, well, I'd be well happy with that. A £5 carp, or even a, you know, £2.5–3 pound barbel at the moment, I'd be really happy with. I mean, a clonker would be nice, but yeah, I'd like to land something on camera. I think half the reason why I lost that other fish as well is because I crushed the barbs down on my hooks. I very rarely use barbed hooks, really. So of course, if you get a lot of weed and then you're traipsing that along the bottom, the fish has got plenty of time to sort of swim up towards you and sort of make the line slack, you know, and release the hook. So that might have been part of the problem. If I was using barbed hooks, I'd have probably landed that, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. In my second trip 3 weeks ago, my second trip out in the boat at Shepperton Weir, I actually got out of the water and stood in the middle of the weir. There's a nice plateau. It's only just small, but nice plateau where you can just stand up and literally you're almost, well, you're not directly centre of the weir, but you're in the main outflow, you know. Gorgeous spot just to stand there in the middle of the Thames. No boat traffic again. Really clear water. It's lovely gravel bottom, you know. I'll give it another 15 minutes here, and I'm 10 minutes or so actually, and then I might have spooked the shoal off or something a little bit down the weed patch a little bit. They might have cleared that little spot where we were. So sorry about this. People don't normally show this sort of stuff, I don't think, on YouTube or generally like this, but I'm a realist, you know. Oh gosh. Oh. Oh. Bloody hell. do you know, it's the way it comes and goes. Oh. Right, let's see. I think I might be snagged. Okay, now don't take the mickey out of that. Bananas on boats, unlucky and all that. I've proved that wrong many a time. All right, two of my mates, Pete and Keith, they take the mickey cons. I've got videos galore of this, them taking the mickey out of me using bananas deep sea fishing. One of them, I threw away the bananas in the end. They told me to. I threw them over. The third, I went plump, not bananas, the skins as I was eating them, plop, plop. No, I went like that, threw it over, and as I threw it, I got a bite, and we hadn't had a bite in ages, and ever since then they've been on me about it, you know. So I know it's supposed to be unlucky, but I've bagged up before with bananas, so you know. How are we doing? Bait's looking good. Lovely, look at that, that's perfect. Just a little bit of drop off there. Oh, look at that, it's lovely. It's nice and bright boily. You see the bright boily there that's showing? I'm going to leave that as it is. I'm going to leave that as it is. It's rock hard, so I'd say 30% disappeared, maybe 40%. Right, we've got a lot of detritus coming down the river as well, so, and I'm going to hoof it there, just off the edge. There, just hit bottom, that's nice. Now that's slightly off the edge, which is great. Yes, clear there, lovely. Now, let's see, maybe the fish have pushed that backwards a little bit because of that first loss, you know, may have spooked them. Plenty of, well, I don't know what they are, to be honest with you. Probably, they look too big to be bleak. I would imagine that they're roach or something similar. And so there's fish in the area, not what I'm after, but there's fish in the area. Don't come round here. Please don't come round here. Thank you. What state's this in as well? Oh my god. Yeah, all right. Well, that's just about unedible. Okay. I'll still eat it. Chewing it like a bit of corn on the cob. Having to bite all the bad bits out of it. Fish love banana, by the way. Banana flavoured boilies, banana, all sorts of stuff, you know. I'm not going to eat it down to where I've touched it because I'm sat in the River Thames, you know. It's not renowned for being the cleanest of rivers. There's a chunk of weed going over my line. Reminds me of sea fishing. That can go to the fish. And that can go to the fish. And I'll stall that. Well, it's sinking. Do you know? Oh, there we go. It's that ripe, it won't sink. just go straight over it. Don't worry about it. You're good. Yeah, I'll just dip my rod down. Look, there you go. You'd be the biggest thing I caught all day. I lost one about half hour ago.
I'll give it time, mate.
Yeah, actually you're probably right. Have a good day. Right, I am going to end this video in a minute. I'm going to give it another 10-15 minutes here, so then I'm going to finish the video and I'm going to go back to the car, have a lie down and then come back. So I might make this a two-part video, you know, so because they get really long. My last one was 1 hour and 8 minutes long, so I don't like to do really long YouTube videos because YouTube isn't really the sort of thing that people sit down and watch one thing, you know, unless you paid for a movie on premium or something like that. It's more of a flipping through things, you know, so these long form videos don't really do very well at all. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I will make a move in a minute and we'll come back out, and I might go up to the river, to the lock actually, up here at the River Way, because it's quite nice, just quite nice being up there really. But also I wanted to go back up to the where I got completely done really badly with the copyrighted music in the background, but I might just go off the edge of the weir here. So you got the pontoons there, you got a line of a couple of boats on the left. It's just behind those boats. It's a big sandbar you can cast to before the big C or the L downs. I'm not going to say it because the algorithm hates that, but before that happened a few years back, all this bank here was just laundered grass, really clear, and then for 2 years it was obviously nobody was going out, and it just got completely overgrown, and they've left it, so you've really lost, like at night if there's no one moored there, you know, it'd be okay to pop down there, that sort of thing, or if there's no one moored there at all anyway on that grass, it's not so bad. But that's all been overgrown now, so they've completely stuffed that side of things. But it's opposite there. There's a big bank, sand bank that goes out about 2/3 of the way out, goes shallow, then slowly drops off, and then you get nearer the edge and it gets deep, really deep and rocky and snaggy. You get a lot of perch, big perch here, rocky as hell, snaggy as hell, but I've not seen anybody fishing it, and I've been down here two or three times now in the last month, and normally you'd be surprised if there wasn't somebody fishing there. So maybe the Environment Agency or somebody's been they've got a bit hot on it or something and kicked people off. Parakeets, lots of parakeets in London, well, certain areas of London anyway, along the banks of the River Thames and that, you know. Walton, absolutely loads at Walton, that area. Amazing to think they can live quite happily in this country. In fact, they're thriving in this country. Absolutely thriving. Right, I've spent enough time here for now, I think. It's got to have been a good hour and a half, an hour and a quarter, something like that, I think I've been here. I can't tell you, to be honest with you. Feels like a good hour and a quarter, something like that. Lost one fish, probably spooked the shoal. That's what I'm going to blame it on, not lack of skill or anything. So I'm going to go back and have a little bit of a sit down in the car, a wagon. I've got a lovely bench seat that I can flatten out. It's really big inside. I can flatten it out, make a bed, so I've got some pillows in there, and I just put the tablet on, watch a little bit of telly, catch up with a bit of Formula 1 for an hour, maybe 3/4 of an hour to an hour, and then get straight back out here, you know. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I might actually go and lay down by the Slipway because it's ever so quiet down there. It's lovely and warm. It's quite nice, so I think that's what we're going to do. So thank you very much for watching again. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe, the notifications. It's free to subscribe. It's just like adding me to your favourites, really. You just sign in with your Google account, and that way you can just add me. It's called subscribe, but that's the wrong word for it because a subscription normally means money. So it's literally just like adding you to my favourites. So you sign in with your Google account. If you've got an Android phone or anything Android, you'll have a Google account. If you've got a Google email, that's all you need to put in a password that you make up, and look for my channel. Subscribe, hit the like, notification bell, blah blah blah, and I'll see you on the next one. And I'm sorry we haven't caught one lost fish, but I've got another part of the afternoon to do, so keep your eyes open for that video because that's going to be a good one, hopefully. I'm going to go up there to the canal, right by the lock maybe, depending, and over to my other little dead cert on a good day, dead cert, that sandbar over there. So we'll probably pop up here and then go back to the sandbar. I might do it the opposite direction, actually. Yes, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. I don't want to get it right in the gap, I just want to get it. Oh, that's a bit shallow. That's clear, it's clear, it's clear, it's clear, it's clear. It's dropped, it's clear. Well, welcome back to the second half of the day. I say second half, there's only going to be about an hour and a half's fishing left, I think, something like that. No, 2 hours fishing left probably. So we're back at the Slipway again after the last video at Shepperton Weir. The address and everything up there for you. If you want to see more details, have a quick check on my YouTube channel. You'll see all the details of lots and lots of different free fishing. I walk the whole stretches, all of them in 4K. Lots and lots of information for you. Free parking, free fishing, great access, that type of thing, but you probably know that by now, I should think. So I've had my little kip, I've had my little lie down. I had to come down. The last vid I literally got 2/3 of the way through and I couldn't do it anymore. So I had to go and have a lie down. Done that now. Lie down, the car park's right there, Slipway's there, it's that simple. Drive down, launch your boat, flippers, and I'm going to go. I went up there, right at the back, had a little nibble, I think, but missed one. Came all the way back, went up round here to the River Way and just went up this little spot here, and I had a fish on and lost it in the weed just there. So I don't know whether I'm going to go back there. I might just try the last half hour here and maybe go off to the right hand side. If you look on my video you'll see that there's a big bar which I explain on the other Shepperton Weir free fishing vid. There's a sandbar. I might just go up there, but it's going to be hard to anchor there because you sort of swirl around quite a lot, but we're going to see. Let's see if I fall off as well. That's the other thing. Right, okay, here we go. Push off. Oh, I'm back in the room again. A little bit flat that back to sit on. That's all right. It's got colder now, so everything's getting just slightly saggy, including me. Oh, I've had a nice lie down though. If you like what you see, what's coming up, don't forget to like, subscribe, the notification bell. It's free to subscribe. It's just like adding me to your favourites. That's all. You sign in with your Google account. If you have a Google Gmail or anything like that, then you can sign into Google like that, create an account, and off you go. But yeah, so here we go, the last couple of hours really. So I'll take you up river. Where am I going? Where did I say I was going? Oh, round the corner, wasn't it? Feels like there's something missing. Oh, engine. Do you know, I'm going to go back to that original spot. I think I got more chance of catching there. I'll come back here and I will do this spot. So where are we? About there. Next time I'm down, I think that'd be the best bet. Yep. Okay, we've only got about an hour and a half really, so I need to make the most of what I've got, I suppose. And I did actually lose a fish there, so, and I had one other tap as well. So there are fish mulling around. It is midsummer and the water is so warm at the moment. Do you know what I might actually do? I might stuff it in along this hedgerow here. Hedgerow? Weed line. Could just stuff it into the weeds, or shall I moor up again? I'll moor up again. Oh, that was a nice sized fish. A nice sized fish just surfaced then. I don't know if that was a carp, because I chatted to some chap a couple of weeks back, said they saw loads of carp on the Echo Sounder up here, up the River Way, so I think we're going to go up there a little bit. I'll tell you what, let's go up the River Way like I said on the last video. I promised I'd come up that way, so that's what we'll do. If I don't crash into anything, because I'm going backwards, you never know. And this is where I fished last time, just here on the left hand side. Sorry, this is where I anchored, just there, and I fished over there, and there have been bites along that edge. So let me take you up here for a bit. It's quite nice. First lock on the River Way from the River Thames. It's lovely. It's a nice spot. Should we go up there backwards? It's not quite as fast backwards. Harder to steer as well. Got to give it a little bit more. But there's been no boat traffic at all. I think I may have seen one boat go past today. It's lovely, isn't it? Welcome to the River Way navigation. See, there's a likely looking spot just here. Ooh, we've only got an hour and a half, so I really want to get back to where we were, where I had a couple of bites last time, or a lost fish and a bite, I should say. But oh, there's a lovely peachy looking hole there. I just wonder, can I be cheeky? Should we see? That does look rather nice. Wow, it's a long time since I've been here. See, there's a gap there, right there. Right there. It's making me wonder if I can get away with it. I don't want to get in anybody's way. That's not you saying that. It's very quick to redo, you know. It takes me 2 seconds to move. Lovely. I could go out of the River Way, to be honest with you. Not that I'm going to. I've got enough time. Oh, this is lovely, isn't it? I mean, it's just got overcast now. It's been really boiling hot today, so typical, isn't it? It gets overcast at sort of 5 o'clock and don't get much fishing in. No, not 5 o'clock, 5:30. No, 6 o'clock. Hang on. No, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 5. I tell you, I ain't got a clue what day it is. I said that in the last video. Not a blimmin' clue. It's quite cool, to be honest with you. I like to be clueless sometimes. Gosh, I want to dunk a bait in that hole. There's bound to be something in that gap. It's not the sort of gap I would go past without trying. Something. So let's see if I can get out of the way of people. Oh, some bubbles. Ooh, hopefully they're not bream. Let's try that. Well, typical. There we go. There we go. Bit of reverse. Might need a slightly longer line, I don't know. No, I think we're good here, you know. I think we're good here. Sorry, I think we're good here. Oh, let's see how we sit. Okay. So it'll be the same tactics as usual. So it'll just be the normal pace, the boilie, that type of thing around the hook and the weight. Special paste. I will do a video. I keep promising to do a video, but every time I'm going to do a video, it's either really noisy on the campsite or peeing down with rain. So I've not had much luck, to be honest with you, on timing for that sort of thing. So bear with me. I will do you one. It's quite a reliable way of doing things. It's very cheap and reliable, you know. A bit like, I'm not going to say what, to be honest. There we go. Right. So I'm going to pop a fresh bait on because it's been on there. Oh, bloody stinks. It does. Yeah, it's cracking up now. It's soggy. So that's no help to anybody. That I very rarely pre-bait anywhere on the Thames ever. It's normally just paste, that type of thing, and cast around quite a bit, you know. That's the key, is to keep moving. I think from my personal experience anyway, everybody's different, so we all have our own ideas, which is great, to be honest with you. God, imagine how boring it would be if we were all doing the same bloody thing. I haven't got my glasses on. I'm blind as a bat. Come on, put some talcum powder on it. You see what I'm doing here? Look. I would say it's the blind leading the blind, but I'm the only one here. I really ought to put my glasses on, this is terrible. But I'm showing it for you, just to show you what it's like to be old. There we go. Gosh, that wasn't actually that difficult, was it, really? Now these boilies, oh, is that split? No, these boilies are rock hard normally. Well, I keep them in my paste, so they slowly absorb the oils, you see, and then they become a little bit softer, a little bit more tempting, you know. I think that split the bait right down the middle, that has. Nope, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Sorry, I probably didn't show much of that on camera. I'm sorry about that. First time back in the boat again after a very short break. Brain dead and all that. Doing it again. Right, so there's my rig. As per usual, running lead, slight bolt rig action to it, but it's not really a bolt rig because of the lack of weight, you know, but being a small weight, so it's just a running boom. I put a bit of shrink tube over the top and I just go like that, and then it's nice and safe as well, so you know, if a fish gets hooked it can release, the line comes out through the boom itself. My favourite style of swivel. I've done it again. There you go, move my head in the right place, there you go. Just a normal boilie, size 4 hook. It's a fishy trout pellets flavoured boilie. Got my fishy paste here, very, very fishy, stinky paste. 2-3 days old now, something like that, and 4 days old I think, something like that. Cheapest form of fishing when it comes to bait, that's for sure, with paste. So the normal thing, pop it in the water, let it cool down for a bit. I'll probably in a really hot day when it's really, really warm, about a minute. But in this sort of conditions, still quite warm but not too severe. It really wants to be just about 30 seconds, something like that. That would be plenty. So you sit here, just take it in. The jet noise and everything else. Okay, let's see how badly I do with this. Ready to be embarrassed? Here we go. I've only got a little. I don't want to get it right in the gap. I just want to get it. Oh, that's a bit shallow. That's clear. It's clear. It's clear. It's clear. It's clear. It's dropped. It's dropped. It's clear. Oh my god. Right. Okay. Let's hope they're hungry. Keep your eye on that rod just in case. You never know with the River Thames, you can get a bite really quickly, you see. That's why I like to move around a bit. Keep your eye on that rod. Oh, can't we want a screamer? I was a little bit off on that cast. I should have been about a foot further out, I think. Well, no, when I reel back in, because the paste will either be on there and it's a clear run, so nothing snagged the bait, you know, the weight or the hook bait or anything. So there was a clear run when you reel in, when it's gravelly or a smooth bottom. And if there's nothing on there, completely stripped, I know there's a bit of weed or rubbish down there as well, because that can really take the paste off as you reel in, you know. So, but hopefully there's a little bit of paste left on there. It should always be pretty much just a little bit when you reel back in. That's what you want. Perfect timing is just a little bit of paste. There we go. Is that a nibble? Nah, it's me. God, I feel better after that lie down. I was proper struggling, I was. Proper struggling. Oh, hello. No, that was probably just tightening up. It's a little bit shallow there. I can see the angle of my line. I mean, they don't, you know, fish. You catch fish in a foot, so some of my biggest bass, 15.5, 16.5 pounders, they've been in 1.5 foot of water, 2 foot of water. So, I mean, this isn't going to be a barbely area by any means, but if there's a chance for carp, or maybe a greedy old chub, that would be a bonus, wouldn't it? Oh, do you know, I need to just be a little bit further out, I think. Do you know, I'm going to do it. I'm sure it's, yeah, see, it's just off that shelf. But you know it's not snaggy because it hasn't taken the paste off. Look, can you see? The paste rock hard, not rock hard, but pretty hard now because it's been in the water a while. So you know that this is dragged along the bottom, and if it was a snaggy bottom with weed and twigs and things, you would really suffer. So the fact that it's come back clear, that might be a little bit better. It seems to be a bit too shallow there. I've got to be honest, never cast here, so I don't know. I've done just up a bit over there. I've never fished this far up. To actually tell a lie, I did once a long time ago though. I was on a canal boat then. Oh, oh, blackberries there. Blackberries and gosh, I can't remember the name of those. Make it something about itching, you know, with the seeds, or the, not the seeds, the sort of hairy stuff inside those ones. I can't remember what it was when I was a nipper, but yeah, loads and loads of blackberries. Look at that. Oh. Oh, makes you want to grab them and throw them in, actually. Put one on the hook. Do you know, I might come down here with a float. Oh, do you know, I'm going to come down here with a float. That'll be mine, or maybe if I don't do Sunbury Weir and Sunbury Lock area, oh, King's Lawn, next time I'm out, I might come up here, so that'll be in a couple of days. Do you know, I might just do that with a waggler. I've seen so many bubbles, lots and lots of bubbles. It's a sure sign something's milling around. Water's filthy, really brown, and it should be clear, so I don't know whether there's been a lot of boat traffic or what. When the fish are feeding, that can obviously make the colour up the water a bit, but the stock on the Thames isn't big enough for that anymore, I don't think. Sadly. Sadly. You watch it, that rod's going to go any mo. Oh yeah, there's bleak here. I imagine they're bleak, probably mixture of bleak and roach. Yeah, so the sluice for this weir, that's for this lock, the overflow, I was at it in the last episode, the last video, which would have been behind this island here. It's quite a big island of sorts, over there, and I was fishing the outflow of the River Way, basically, under the trees, 'cause it was so bloody hot. And there's some bigger fish here. See the odd little movement. There's definitely bigger fish, not like that, but bigger fish. Oh, of course, have I got any bread on me? I'll just throw a bit of bread in just to show you. Oh, there they are. I don't know if that was a bite, to be honest with you, or whether that was me. I've got to stop doing this, stop playing around. Stop it. Stop it. Now, if I could turn my head round, I can't because my back's killing me, I'd have a look at that splash that I've just heard behind me. I really don't think I really can't. Hang on. Oh. Yeah. Well, it has to be fairly close because it's really shallow in front of me. Another metre in front and I'll be aground almost. The line's very slack on my rod, but I'm not worried because it's floating and there's a lovely straight line of line literally I can see on the surface, so I'll know if we get a bite or not. That's just pulling up tight because we're swinging. There you go. Yeah, I might come up here with a float, you know, just try and catch a few fish for you. Because it's been really hard. This summer's been, blimey, it's so hard. It's 33, 34 degrees. 3 weeks ago I was up here, 3 weeks ago, and it was so hot, it's unbelievable. It was meltdown. So, and it's been 28 today, 27 I'd say in the sun, 28 degrees. High pressure, so, and the river's low as anything, like, you know, it just looks dead. I can't believe I missed that one or lost that fish this morning's one. So the last vid basically, I can't believe I lost that. I would have had a fish on video. I'll use barbless hooks, that's the problem. So I do like to crush my barbs down and that, but barbless hooks, they got plenty of weed on the line, so it ended on the weight and around the weight and that, so it ended up coming off, and I sort of made a mistake a little bit trying to show moving the boat round while I was playing it and stuff, and I think I sort of slackened up a bit too much and just, you know, the hook popped out as it would be in barbless almost, so my fault, lack of skill again. Oh, actually, a channel update for you. News. Here we go. Breaking news. Well, actually, I think night fishing, I might be wrong, but check for yourselves. I think night fishing may be banned by the council or whoever at Aragon Avenue and Hampton Court, so Cigarette Island. I'm not 100% sure. I was told in the comments that it's been banned, which wouldn't surprise me, I suppose, because there has been the odd bit of trouble here and there down that end. I know the neighbours, the locals at Aragon Avenue really hate the fishermen because people go up there and bivvy it for a week or 2 weeks or whatever, and they kill the grass and they make a mess, and you know, it's just annoying. But so check before you go, because in my videos of those two, I was saying that you could, well, I don't even think I mentioned about night fishing, it was just taken as that you could because you can, you know, but I think very recently it's been banned, so just double check that if you are thinking about going there. Hampton Court and Aragon Avenue. I'd probably ring up the Environment Agency for that, maybe the local council, they'll probably know. Because it's not owned by a club or anything, nobody really owns it sort of to look after it like that. It's hard to get any information, you know. Oh, dragonfly, huge one. Oh, sorry, forgot I was fishing for a moment. Yeah, I think I'll come back here and actually target this area, I think. Might do that in the next couple of days. Might be my next trip. I did say in the first half of this video from last week that I probably posted. I did say I'll probably do Sunbury, didn't I? Yeah, I think I might. Great. Okay, battery's just run out on that for the third time.
Any progress?
Hello. No, nothing yet. Well, after that one I lost, I went back to had a bit of a sit down. The back was killing me. I had to stand up for a bit, you know. And I've only just really restarted, so.
The day's not quite as young as it was last time I passed you.
I know.
There's still time.
It's got to be 6 o'clock now, isn't it?
You'll get something, mate.
Oh, yeah, you're a star. You have more confidence than I do. The campsite shuts at 10. It gets dark now at 8:15, I suppose. So I want to be back at the Slipway for 7:30, 7:45 at the latest. I mean, literally, I've only got to put the key in the hole, reverse the wagon down the Slipway, unclip a few bits, and it's just slide it in. Lift the front up, just slide it in. It's lovely. Oh, so much easier. I hadn't fished for 4 years actually. I fished once in nearly 4, it must have been 4 years or so, due to not being able to get down the bank and take my tackle down there and that, you know. But this boat, Bellyboat, I haven't talked about that on this vid, by the way. It's by the Bellyboat. It's by 12bb.eu. I'll leave the link at the description up there for you there, and also 12bb.eu. It's the Jumbo NPXL, so it's the biggest one that they did at the time of me purchasing this in 2023. It's now 2024 August. You get all the accessories, everything. Speed controllers here, look, backwards, forwards, but I won't do it because I'm at anchor, so I don't really want to do it too much. So there you go, that's simple as that really. Steer with your feet, and a little bit of oars when you need to. The motor is from Bellyboat Bellyboat, so it's not Bellyboat, but spelled B-O-O-T tuning, Bellyboat tuning, all one word. It's the Minn Kota SC, so it's saltwater compatible, electric. 60 amp hour battery, which is 16.8 volts. I'll leave a little thingy up there again for you for that. I'll be leaving all the links, everything you can see within reason, including my waders, sock foot waders, my flippers, you name it, my boots, my thermal underwear when I wear them, as in, sorry, not thermal, neoprene shorty that I use. I'll leave all the links in the description below for you. It's quite expensive. It's not the cheap versions, any of this. I had to spend a bit more money because I use it at sea more than anything. So I do a lot of harbour fishing, so for bass and flounder, trying for flounder anyway. Very few around of those at the moment. Deep sea fishing as well. Nab tower out, God knows how far out to sea, 7 miles out on the side of a lighthouse in the middle of nowhere with ferries and God knows what going past. Beautiful calm day that was. By the way, Nab tower's a lighthouse in the Solent in between the Isle of Wight and Portsmouth. So yeah, it was very, very noisy. Every 2 minutes or something it was bleeping, I think, and it was so loud, it was deafening. 6,000 bleeps I had to edit in the end, because when you edit you have to first of all listen to the bleep. For me, because I don't have any sound, because I do it on everything through an Android tablet, I don't have it's not like a PC where you can split everything up, you can separate the sound and overlay. Well, you can on the tablet, but it's really not the best, so I tend to use the raw footage as such. Yeah, it's yeah, so I do a lot of sea fishing. I do love my sea fishing, deep sea fishing, but that day it took me 2 weeks to edit a 3-hour video because of all the bleeps. Every time there was a bleep, you hear the bleep, blop, so I'd have to go back in the video a bit and then play it again and then wait for the bleep bit and then pause it just as the bleep starts, move it back, look at the time, and then play it again to listen to see if I've caught it right. And then if I've caught it right, I go back to the time and then cut that split second out to the next bleep, which is 5 seconds later, 4 seconds later, and do the same again. So every bleep I was listening to, it could have been up to 8 times sometimes per bleep, and I worked out it's nearly 6,000 bleeps. So I ended up a complete wreck. Honestly, a complete wreck. I was going to bed, and all I could hear was bleep, bleep in my head. Did my head in, it did. I will go back there again, but it's not going to be on a misty day. So it'll be a day when they're not got the foghorns going. My mate did a dive there the same day. He had some lovely crab and lobster and got bitten by a conger. I put all that footage of the dive in on that video. Abandoned at sea, you know, that's the tile that I used, or the thumbnail. I may leave a link in this video at the end if you want to click on that or highlight it or whatever. Picture of Nab Tower with me in the belly boat and that. It's worth a look. I catch a few. Didn't catch any big ones, but the dive, wow, it shows you how many fish are actually at this place. I mean, some bass galore and conger and all sorts. It's a really good video. You get to see everything underneath the belly boat from the dive. I try and overlay them, you know, match them in to say I'm here and this is where these snags are underneath. So if you ever fish at Nab Tower, it's perfect. In fact, I've posted the whole dive from start to finish as well. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, I've got the whole dive in really clear water of Nab Tower. So absolutely brilliant. Pete did a brilliant job there. That was a good day out there. But I am now thinking, and I only come up here, I did what, 2 casts, one was wrong and then the second one, but I think I need to get back to the spot where I was at before, where I was getting a little bit more action as such. So I've given it a good 3/4 of an hour, I suppose now, something like that. I just don't know the time, I don't know the day, I don't know the time. I left on, what day did I leave the house? Monday? No, Monday, I don't know, Monday, something like that, and I don't know what day it is. I think it's Wednesday. Not sure. It's Wednesday today, definitely. So I'll get another session either at Sunbury Weir or King's Lawn sort of area. It's a really peachy spot, that is. Renowned for barbel, that is there. So I'm hoping to go there, but I am debating on, I'd like to get back to Chertsey to try and winkle one out of the weir there, because it's absolutely gorgeous down at Chertsey. It is full of fish on its day. I've had most of my barbel out of there. And chub, actually. Yeah. Right, I'm going to move so we get the last half an hour or so just in that little spot where I lost that decent fish and had a nibble. So here we go, we're doing it. I've got to check all my batteries and everything and cameras and stuff. See, look, the pace is looking lovely now. If there was a bit of flow, that would just be perfect. Let me show you. I showed in every video, but can you see the different bits and pieces? See that little bit of red in there? Look, well, what happens is if you use the method I use, so 3/4 trout pellet with 4/5 trout pellet to 1/5 of some type of chunky method mix, sort of ground bait, just add a bit and it stops it becoming just this thick oily trout pellet oil clump that just never dissolves. So what happens is you get these little specks in that dissolve in different rates and it pops out. I've said it on every video, but I think it's so important. So a little bit comes off like that. Then you've got a dent where this bit came out, and that dent causes a swirl of water when it's flowing, which then wears away at the pace slowly and it hits another piece, and then that comes off. But of course that's around the whole thing. So you could sit there without the ground bait and stuff in it, and you'll sit there for, like, I've been winter fishing before and I've only changed the bait 3 times. So where it's been so hard, you know, until you put that ground bait in, and then it's just perfect, really. So I've got the perfect mix at the moment. I will do a video of that. I have been promising that, but every time I try to do a video of it, something happens. Either there's a lot of screaming kids at the campsite, because I want to do it in situ. I don't want to do it at home in the back garden, you know. I want it to look nice. It's either peeing down with rain or screaming kids. So but we will get there. It's looking a little bit weathered, isn't it? But it's still good. It's still good. It's still on there, and it's rock hard. So I'm going to leave it on there. I'm going to reel in and make a move just for the last 3/4 of an hour. Yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm doing it. Oh, it's so easy. God, it's so easy in this. He says, let me check and put my phone back before I jump up. Yeah. Right, okay. God, blimey. I don't actually want to move, but I tell you what, I might come down here instead of Sunbury. I'll come down here with some large lobworm, maggots. I'd have to spend the day here. I could get a load of maggot, pick a spot, flick the maggots in, just flick the maggots in, 3 or 4 hours, don't touch it. It's away from everything, don't make a splash over there, don't do anything. 3 or 4 hours, it's so boring, and you see the fish surfs and the bleak and the roach and everything, and it's just constant. And then suddenly, occasionally, if you can wait, you suddenly see them breaking the surface, and they're a bit bigger each time. So, and eventually then the bigger chub come, and you know, you can actually sort of hook a few like that. But I might do that, I don't know. It's more like a match fishing style thing really, I suppose, but with massive patience. So I could pre-bait an area like that with maggots, and maybe do a bit of what I'm doing sort of in the corner while I'm doing it. Yeah, okay, but that's going to be difficult because that's multitasking. I'm a bloke, aren't I? Apparently we can't multitask. Don't believe a word of that, by the way, but you know. Right, oh God, I babble. I do babble, don't I? What's that on my microphone? That's disgusting. Bit of trout pellet on my microphone. What a nice place to put it. Right, okay, so we're going to go for a trip down the river again. It's so simple. I don't even have to stand up. Look at this. Just do that. Right, put a bit of reverse in to get me out of the edge. Don't want to be in the hedgerow. Make sure there's no boats coming to run me over. There we go. I always pack my anchor up a bit. There's not a lot of room on a belly boat, so, but also it's just a bit safer. It's not so pointy. Inflatable boats and points aren't a good mix normally. So, right, let's see what sort of chaos I can cause down here. So back to that original spot which is in my last vid, and I got 70% battery, which is doing well, but I've actually only got 35 minutes or something left on my SD card, 250 gig. So that's 400 gig I would have done today. 4K, it's only 30 frames a second, but HDR on the other camera, so it does take a lot of data. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to turn the camera around at the front, and we'll do a trip down the Thames again, and I'll catch up with you in just a mo. Okay, down the river, the last half hour or so, 3/4 of an hour. Why am I putting a paddle in? I don't need to paddle, I've got an electric motor. Oh my God. Right, here we go. Back to you. This is where I was casting, just here. Just here. Can't cast too close because of all the weed and stuff. It's like really comes out quite a long way. There's a lot of cabbage weed there as well.